Tucked away in an industrial parkway in Mentor, we find one of the premier eyeglass coating laboratories in the country, North American Coating Laboratories. Founded in 1974 by John Wilson, the company quickly became a leader in the industry.
North American Coating Laboratories was started in 1974 by my father, John Wilson. Primarily at that time I was doing eyeglass coatings only. Back in 1974, all glasses were made of glass material, and over the years have transitioned into a wide variety of plastic materials as well.
But it began with just a couple people and a couple of coating machines. The machines were rather expensive and primarily were not used much in the eyeglass industry. But with some marketing and from informative lectures and programs and advertising, we were slowly able to get more and more optical laboratories and retailers to consider using anti-reflective coatings and mirror coatings and color coatings.
Plastic lenses eventually became the norm in eyewear, but there were problems at first. Plastic scratches very easily, and North American Coating Laboratories led the development of scratch-resistant coatings for plastic lenses.
We developed new anti-reflective coatings for plastics, much better anti-reflective coatings, which became our mainstay, and we're pretty much the pioneers in the use of many of the coatings today were developed in our lab.
The business naturally led to expansion not only in the workforce but also in production as well. The sunglass business seemed like a natural fit.
We got into the sunglass business with companies like American Optical and Bausch & Lomb and became a pretty major supplier to those companies.
With the demand for scratch-resistant plastics at an all-time high, North American Coating Laboratories have expanded its products into other industrial markets. Currently, eyeglass coating makes up less than 50% of its production.
About 20 years ago, we realized that those same processes that we do for the eyeglasses can be applied to a wide variety of industrial optical devices as well.
People who were getting eyeglass coatings had applications at work. You know, hey, I'm designing this display, or, you know, I work for GM and this display in my car just seems to have a lot of glare or it breaks down really easily.
We work in quite a wide variety of markets for the industrial optical division, including things like automotive, laser optics, barcode scanners, ATM touch panels, handheld electronics, medical devices, aviation, medical and defense, and a host of others. It's very surprising how many items out there actually do have coatings on there. One of the strongest areas right now for us is the automotive area. People find that interesting in this day and age, especially right now with the suffering automotive markets, that we're doing quite well in that area. And I liken it to the reasoning of the fact that while there might be less vehicles being made, there are more displays in those vehicles these days. Everything seems to have its own gauge cover, display window. There's navigation systems and DVD players in a lot of the vehicles these days. So we've been fortunate to be able to capitalize on the technology improvements in vehicles, even though the gross number of vehicles is down.
You can't become a leader in any industry without loyal employees, and there are many of the 40-plus employees that have been here for over 20 years. That loyalty stems from the family atmosphere that John Wilson created at the onset.
And many of the people that I hired back in the early days, as you mentioned, are still with us today. People that began even in high school as a co-op program. A young lady that's now our director of administration has been with us for over 30 years. So I'm very proud to say that, yes, a good majority of our people have been with us 15, 20, 25 years. And it's proved to be an excellent decision. We've remained a pretty uniform company for many years with a relatively steady growth rate. I never had intentions to become a huge company, just a comfortable one. But the development of new coatings, the advancement of new optics that are going to require coatings.
A lot of the imaging and so forth with new technologies is in the infrared spectrum, which is not capable of our eyes seeing, but many of the medical and military imaging devices use those technologies. We currently don't process anything in the infrared spectrum. We work primarily in the ultraviolet spectrum into the visible and the near infrared spectrum. And the far IR would be an area where we could grow the business quite a bit.
The present looks so good for North American Coating Laboratories that their future's so bright you gotta wear shades.